Welcome to the QCS 360 podcast. I'm Nicole Reisdorfer, Associate Director of Marketing, and today we have Ken Klug, the President of QCS Purchasing Cooperative. Welcome, Ken.
Thanks for having me, Nicole. Excited to be here.
We just wrapped up the QCS Spring Leadership Meeting. What were some of the highlights for you?
There were a number of things that really stuck out to me, but I'll try and pare that list down just a little bit. Number one, the board meeting really jumped out to me. It was a great event. We had phenomenal engagement from the board of directors. We went through a number of different things. One of the primary things that we reviewed was the audit from our auditors, Herbine. We had another stellar audit review. They didn't find any issues. They continued to tell us that we were being good stewards of the members' organization. So that was certainly a great highlight out of the board meeting for me. We talked about some of our future plans and strategies with the board and got some direction from them. And we're truly fortunate to have a very engaged board of directors that care about the success of QCS and how we bring value to the members. Another item that jumped out for me at the Spring Leadership Meeting was the shareholder meeting. It was a brief discussion on how we did in 2023, where we shared some of our results. We elected a couple of new folks into the board of directors, and then we shared the results of the annual member survey that we kicked off this year. And then I think the last thing that jumped out to me was just all the great content and presentations that we had on the second day of the Spring Leadership Meeting. We had a presentation around what a cooperative is and why it's a valuable business entity and how members should participate in the cooperative. We had a presentation on technology and the impacts of AI and how that is transforming our industry and what to anticipate in the future. And then there was a great panel discussion where we had several members up on stage talking about packaging innovation and how each one of their particular organizations manages innovation when it comes to different types of packaging. Then we wrapped everything up with our strategic sourcing sessions, and those are always a fun time that yields some great opportunities for the cooperative to create value for the members that participate.
You mentioned the board of directors meeting and how you discussed the future of the cooperative. How does the board play a role in defining the cooperative's strategy?
Our strategy really starts with the staff. We're fortunate to have a staff that is very engaged with the membership. They have their fingers on the pulse of what's going on in the industry. They talk to the members on a regular basis. And it's because of these relationships that the staff is able to lay the foundation of our strategy. But from there, we layer in feedback from our category leaders. So our category leaders are interacting with the membership on a daily basis as well. They sometimes see things differently than the staff does, so we solicit their feedback. In addition, we go out to our supply partner community to get some of their ideas and thoughts on trends and what's going on in the industry. And we leverage the Supply Partner Advisory Council to give us some insight on opportunities that we may want to capitalize in the future. We take all of that and we put it into the strategy, and we bring the strategy to the board of directors. Then the board goes through that strategy with us where they refine it. They give us their thoughts. They approve investments that we want to make for the long term in the organization. And they leverage their experience and their expertise from their respective companies to help us stay on course, to make sure that the strategy is bringing value to the membership. And we're very fortunate to have such a diverse and strong board of directors, people that have experience at multiple levels within their respective organizations and have experience in multiple industries. It really makes a big difference as we plan out our future.
That certainly sounds advantageous for the membership. When you look at the strategy, how is it performing? Is it yielding the desired results?
When I look at the strategy that we're currently following, I would say it absolutely is yielding some great results. And I think that was very apparent in the annual shareholder meeting this year. One of the biggest accomplishments we had in 2023 was the fact that year over year, from 22 to 23, we were able to increase the amount of rebates that we paid out to our members by more than 22%. So that means 22% more money went into the pockets of our members in 23 versus the prior year. But not only did we increase the amount of rebates that we paid to the membership, we were also able to reduce pricing in two of our largest categories by nearly $30 million. So I feel strongly that the strategy that we're implementing right now is yielding results and driving value to the membership.
Those are some great accomplishments for sure. Let's switch gears for a minute. How does the Spring Leadership Meeting differ from the annual conference in the fall?
We purposefully make the two meetings very different from one another. The Spring Leadership Meeting is intended to be a smaller, more intimate event where we invite less people. So we have a small group of members and even smaller group of supply partners. In fact, we only invite the Supply Partner Advisory Council to the event. And we do that so it can facilitate some detailed conversations and give the staff the opportunity to solicit feedback and direction directly from the members in small group discussions. Whereas the fall conference is much more about taking the information that we learned at the Spring Leadership Meeting and presenting it back to the membership. The Spring Leadership Meeting really lays the foundation for what we work on in the next 12 to 18 months, and the fall conference in turn is a presentation of a lot of that work back to the membership.
Speaking of the annual conference in the fall, what should members expect from QCS at the annual conference member meeting?
I think we are going to have another phenomenal meeting this fall. We're going to have our usual category discussions with outlooks of 2025, so what we anticipate happening in each one of the categories. We'll also introduce several new programs like we do each year, and we'll work to share case studies wherever possible, right? I think it's important that we take successes of members in the community and share them with other members to help them be just as successful. We'll certainly have that innovation session again this year. That is the most popular session in the fall conference. It's a great opportunity for folks in our supply partner community to come and share some of their innovative products, some of their innovative services with the membership in a fun kind of gamified way that really keeps everybody on their toes. And one of the tweaks that we're going to look to make this year is we leverage the member conference planning committee is to get more members leading the conversation, to get more members in the panel discussions, to get more members kind of driving the conversations. We're really proud of the fact that we're member owned and member led, and we want to make sure that the members really feel like they're leading the organization. So that's going to be a little bit of a change for this year as we look to get more members in front of the other members at the fall conference. But as I look at the conference, I'm really excited about the way it's shaping up. It should be another absolutely exciting event for this year.
That all sounds great. Make sure to be on the outlook for information on the QCS annual conference coming out very soon. The annual conference will be held October 20th through 22nd in Denver, Colorado at the Hilton Denver City Center. Thank you for your time, Ken. We appreciate your update on the Spring Leadership Meeting.
Absolutely, Nicole. Thank you for all your great work on our podcast, and I'll talk to everybody soon. Bye.